Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Got my good friend Phil here. Do you guys want to make a whole lot of money and then avoid disaster? We got two really good charts for you guys today. Stay tuned.
Trade Genius.
Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you've not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening. Okay, Phil. So we got data again. It's really lining up to the things that we've been talking about to the end of summer. It's going to be party on Garth, and then fall won't be a metaphor. It'll be actually a fact. And tomorrow, we're also going to talk to you about another reason why our podcast today will have more meaning. So with that, Phil, I'm going to throw it back over to you, and you want to show these guys these charts here. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, so the first chart up is the buybacks. Bob, I don't know what I don't remember buybacks being as this aggressive ever. I mean, we're talking massive buybacks. Apple announced a record-breaking buyback on their earnings call. And so, we're going to get this supportive flow, but really, it's just kind of recycling things here. They're doing that because I think they're seeing what we're seeing down the road is that this is going to start to slow down a lot. And so you better prop up the price of your stock while you can. So I think that's why we've seen at least Apple and some of these other ones have had less than stellar earnings calls. And what I mean by that is even though the numbers might have beaten, which isn't saying a lot because a lot of the bar is so low on earnings estimates right now, it's just not even funny. But Apple didn't give any guidance for the next quarter, which is highly unusual. And I think that tells you all you need to know. So while the short-term effects of the buyback announcements is quite bullish, I just don't think that ultimately that's really what the story is about. I think it's what's coming down the pipe. I'll kick it back to you on the buybacks and we'll show them the next thing.
Yeah, and what I've been told is that, it could potentially raise EPS 20%. You got to remember, when these guys are buying back their shares, they're just lowering the amount of shares that are available to trades that are creating this scarcity. But the problem you have with buybacks is that cash, either you return it to investors via buyback, via dividend, or you invest into the future. And I think just what you said earlier, Phil, they know a recession's coming and they don't want to spend money into an environment where they don't think they're going to get the revenue return, and eventually the profit return on that R&D, which is a big problem. So basically they're eating their seed corn instead of planting it.
Correct. Now, what's coming down the pipe is where this next chart comes into play. This is times when the unemployment rate has crossed above its 24-month moving average. So simply just the last 24 months of an average of where the rate has been. And now we're crossing that average. So, we use moving averages in charts all the time. Well, you can apply it. It's just another technical analysis that you can apply even to something like fundamental economic data like unemployment. And you'll notice that each one of these lines precedes a pretty good recession. And I drilled down and it leads it by about a quarter. So what this is telling you that in all likelihood, at some point in the next quarter, Q3, maybe we can get away with Q4 a little bit, but somewhere in that window, we're going to get a recession. This is just without fail. And so I think, again, these companies have a lot of smart people. They have economists that work for them as well to help guide, what they're going to do with their business and business strategies. And I think with the buybacks, I think you're seeing them kind of show their hand a little bit here, and they're seeing what we're seeing. And so I think you ride this wave up, right? Because I think we're going to talk about this in tomorrow's video too. There's going to be fuel for one final push up. So don't get too bearish early. But as we progress into that August, September timeframe, that's when you got to be super careful because I think that's where the remaining gas is finally spent on this market, Bob.
Yeah, look, we have the buyback fuel. We have Janet Yellen Treasury fuel. And tomorrow we're going to show you another fuel. And these are all trillion-dollar fuels. You're talking potentially $3 trillion of liquidity potential that can enter the market in an environment where it doesn't help employees at all. This could be one of the scariest things where Wall Street's doing the big old middle finger to Main Street because they know once this liquidity dries up, we're going into maybe a decade-long liquidity liquidity recession. So it's going to be really interesting to see, Phil. Guys, this is going to be your chance where you can make a lot of money in a short period of time, but you absolutely better be taking your anti-hangover medicine, because you're going to have to know when to get out, because when this thing rolls over, it's going to catch everybody off guard and nobody's going to believe it. And this is the one where we can actually go below and retrace almost a decade's worth of gains here in a very, very short period of time.
Guys, let us know your thoughts below in the comments. If you need help navigating these markets, head over to tradegenius.co. We've got several different packages and specials running to choose from, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Take care.
Trade Genius.